Hey guys, this is Rob here again today. So today we got another RDA to do a review on, and once again this RDA did come from skorite.net, and I will put a link in the description down below so you guys can check out their website. Basically they do group buy items. They do have like an MOQ of like 10. You can ask for a sample and they will send you a sample, which a sample means one item, but you'd be mainly there for doing like MOQ of 10 or more, so you can do group buys or for a business. So alright guys, but you know, even though they are doing the MOQ and everything, we can still see what the item looks like and stuff like that, and see if we like the item, because you can get the items in other places. So alright guys, the RDA that we're talking about today is going to be the stillare version 3. This is the Cartel stillare version 3, and I have done the original stillare. I've done the big 28mm stillare and stuff like that, but this one's going to be the new stillare version 3 from Skorite. So let's go ahead and dive down on the table and take a look at this bad boy. So alright guys, here is the box that it did come to me, and it's just basically just cardboard box, nothing special. And then we open it up here, and we did get some extra O-rings, a screwdriver, and we did get some more spare copper screws. Now this RDA does have all copper screws in it, and it does have copper posts, center posts, and stuff like that. So I do have that on the Sentinel V3. This is an oldie, but it sure is a goodie, boy. This thing has lasted forever. Who says clones don't last? This thing here, I've had this clone Sentinel for, and I'd say well over a year and a half or so, maybe a little bit longer. And I mean, it still works perfect. So let's go ahead and take this RDA off here. And here we go. I do have a different drip tip in it, a little Delrin drip tip. It did come with this little drip tip right here, which you do have the nice little logo and stuff like that on it. Real nice little drip tip. It's just too small of a hole for me. It's a little bit bigger than some I've seen, but it's still a little too small. Nice little O-ring and stuff on it. So it did come with the drip tip. So let's go ahead and pull this apart. We got the base, then we also have the top part right here, and then you got the drip tip. Alright, so here on the top you do have a nice little orange O-ring right here, real nice little O-ring, and then you do have your big slots right here. You got this white long slot here, you got this little short one here, and then you got another long one here. So you got your little slots for your duals, and you got your singles, so you can and your tries. This does run a tri-coil, so you can run this in all three mode configurations. Just close these two off for dual, have a little bit smaller, and then you got your single, or you can open them wide open for your tri-coils. You do have your nice little stillare with the C for Cartel on the cap here, middle part of the cap, and it's just basically laser etched in there. It is not engraved. And then you do have a little serial number right here, which this one's 1360. And then you do have your little slots on each side. I do not know how big the slots are. They're probably a little bit bigger than the original stillare versions. So you basically just put this here on, and then as you can tell, you can just adjust this top piece, adjust, open and close, and as you're doing one side, you're doing the other. On this, I do not understand why they have such big slots on this. The top here, you got such big slots, because these little holes they're not as big as these, but that's what they got. Guess maybe that's to close it and open, so you can open and close both sides. So alright guys, here's the base on it. It does have a nice little O-ring as well, and you do have a copper 510 connection here. And as you can tell, I do have a tri-coil in this already. I am not going to rebuild this, but I do have a tri-coil, and as you can tell, it does have copper Phillip head screws on it. Does have a decent well. You can see that well right up inside there. It's not like the deepest, it's not the thinnest, I mean, or the smallest. It's pretty decent. Then as you can tell on this center post, you can tell you got little slots all the way around the center post. And that's so you can put your coils in, and you got three negative screws, so you can run this in tri-coil, single, dual, or tri, whichever one you want. As you can tell, it's pretty simple to build. It's not, I mean, it's pretty easy. And I would say you could probably get, I think you could probably get 18 gauge up in them slots, especially since it's a slot for each post. So it's not too bad. And then they also have these little notches right down in here where you can lay your, whenever you clip off your coil, your Canthal, you can just leave it lay up in there. So that's pretty neat. So let's go ahead and put this back on. I have a hard time trying to figure out which hole, where to put it on, because I only got 2 holes. So I just try to line it up the best that I can in there. I think they should have had, I think it'd been better off if they just had 3 slots, 3 slots around here to line with each coil, instead of just having 2 slots trying to line up for 3 coils. I mean, I don't understand that part, but whatever. Put this back on the mod here. Let's go ahead and get this baby juiced up. And I'm using a White Label Company e-liquid right here, which they got some real good prices. 20 bucks for 100 mil. I might do a review for White Label Juice Company. Pretty good juices, 100% VG or max VG, the maximum amount you can get, because flavors do have soak in PG, and then you also do got nicotines that are PG, so it's the maximum amount of VG you can get on e-liquid. So yeah, let's go ahead and burn this. Produces a good amount. You can see it's really producing there. Good conductivity on this. So let's go ahead and bring this back up, talk on a little bit more, and vape a little bit more. As you can tell, produces a good amount of vapor. I still do get on the other stillare also, I always got a little juice in my mouth, and I still do get a little juice in my mouth with the version 3. I don't know why they do that, but for some weird reason, the stillares, I always get juice in my mouth. Whew, already dry. So yeah, guys, that is the review of the stillare version 3, and this is the clone, and this one did come from skorite.net, and once again I will put a link in the description down below so you guys can check out their website for if you want to do group buys or you own a business or something like that. As you can tell, good vapor production. Flavor's real good flavor, real good vapor production. It's not the flavor's not like your Magma or your Plumeville or something like that, but it is pretty good, decent flavor and pretty decent vapor. It's not going to be like your Dark Horse stuff like that, but you guys know, you guys had to A lot of you guys already had the stillare version 1. It's basically the same thing. It's just a tricoil, different design on the inside on the base for doing tricoils. So alright guys, till next time.